back. Okay, he tries to keep the move alive for City. He finds Doku, and Doku is able to play the ball back to Donnarumma. Okay, Rodri. Now to O'Reilly. O'Reilly into Haaland. Haaland very straightforward. He's got Rice next to him. Haaland's fed the ball through and it's kicked away by Rice. It's Bernardo Silva, ball players from a deeper position, venturing forward ahead of Erling Haaland. Better from Manchester City number 9. Getting in between Zubimendi and Rice, and then just looking forward and playing the ball. Really good recovery also from Declan Rice to deny Bernardo Silva having a shot at goal. Man City 1, Arsenal 1. City have a corner from that far side. If I'm correct, I believe that's their first corner of the game. It is. So City shooting in front of the Arsenal supporters in this first half. It's their turn to test Arsenal's credentials defensively. Cherki's ball is good, flicked on by Haaland, and Saliba that sticks the boot out only as far as Kuzanov, right through the ball to the far post. He's up, and the header is comfortably saved in the end by David Raya. Looked like he was just about to plant that header into the bottom corner of Raya's goal. Raya's been fouled, so also have a free kick. He just wanted to release the ball really quickly, and it was Nico O'Reilly that blocked it. And referee Anthony Taylor's just gone back towards that. Big game tomorrow in the Premier League at the bottom. Crystal Palace against West Ham. I say big game at the bottom. It could also be a big game when it comes to the Champions League. 6 points, the difference. Crystal Palace from the top teams, the top 6. And that's crucial because Aston Villa, of course, big win today, beating Sunderland by 4-3. If they were to finish 5th and win the Europa League, 6th position would actually open up for a Champions League place. And the table from Chelsea in 6th place to 12th is very, very tight. So onus is on Palace just as much as West Ham for obvious reasons, because West Ham, of course, are only 2 points above the relegation zone. Man City have the ball. They've given it away, in fact. Ødegaard, he has it. He's now giving the ball to Gabriel. Ødegaard in his own half goes to Hincapié. Hincapié just about keeps the ball in play. Gives it away, in fact. He gives to Ryan Cherki. Here's Semenyo, who's bulldozed off it by Hincapié. So Arsenal regain possession. Then do they give it away? No, they keep it. And they find a way through Havertz. Rice has it now to Hincapié over the halfway line. It's with Saliba now to Gabriel. Mendy. Balls of Arsenal down the right hand side with Mosquera. Mosquera now has the ball to Gabriel. Gabriel 30 yards away from his own penalty area. Plays it to the right. Rice have it to Zubimendi. Which is forward to Havertz, finds its way to Haaland nearly, and Donnarumma will try and hit the ball, and that will create pressure from Havertz. Donnarumma now on to Kuzanov. Now towards Rodri. Between the centre to Bernardo Silva. Silva now back to his goalkeeper comfortably. No pressure for Arsenal. They've just relaxed in recent minutes. Nico O'Reilly's had the ball to Doku. Wants to turn Mosquera. Mosquera had his hands all over Doku's back, and the referee is he's given a yellow. It's a real surprise. He's given a yellow card. So Mosquera is the first booking of the game. We're booking Bernardo Silva. Cherki for City. Plays the ball to O'Reilly. O'Reilly now towards Kuzanov. Semenyo on a run against Hincapié. We struggle with Semenyo in these one-on-one duels. I don't think City have been able to put in positions that really excel his game. His game is those tight, close-down finishes. But Arsenal won't mind him running at Hincapié because he's losing every single duel. City 1, Arsenal 1. Live audio commentary from Flash Gore. Saw the Copa del Rey final. Real Sociedad beating Atletico Madrid yesterday on penalties to win the Spanish Cup. Then into the business end of the season across the European leagues. We count down to the World Cup. Here's Raya. Takes this goal, this free kick. Might as well be a goal kick. It's so close to his own goal line. It's kicked out of play. Down this near side. Nunes putting the ball to Haaland. It's flicked on. Here's Cherki. Cherki now on towards O'Reilly. Lovely ball by O'Reilly. It's intercepted well by Zubimendi. It was good screening from the central midfielder. Now it's with Mark Gahey. Gahey now to the left side to Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva on towards edge of the penalty area. He's the ball to Cherki. Cherki now looking towards Nunes. On to Semenyo. Here's a battle again. Semenyo against Hincapié. The Ecuadorian shows him the line and he just plays the ball out of play. With Nunes coming from the underlap rather than the overlap. I think that's an area where we want a bit more the wide areas from Doku and Semenyo, to be honest. And Haaland. I think the front three have been a bit poor. It's been an easy battle for Arsenal, considering that there's been a bit of magic. Bit of handbags between Gabriel and Haaland, always the way. So we get a replay of that altercation. I say altercation. They're both on the floor and resting themselves down. And Haaland's ponytail is a bit longer than it is usually, so you can imagine what's been happening on the floor. Here's Azar. As the ball for Arsenal. Oh, gorgeous back heel towards Rice. Rice up against Nunes. Nunes steps in and wins the ball back for Donnarumma for City. Donnarumma launches it forward. Haaland wins the header over Gabriel. No one's behind him, so Saliba is able to cushion that back in to City's half. Havertz is offside. A bit lazy there from the German. Got to get yourself out back onside. It's had a horrid season with injuries. Kai Havertz got injured at Old Trafford at the start of the season, and that 1-0 victory over Manchester United. Didn't see him for a fair few months, but since the turn of the year, especially since February, we've seen him much more. Here's Madueke, lovely, goes past Bernardo Silva, 25 yards away from the penalty area, plays to Mosquera, Havertz, and he couldn't get the head of the City defender. Who did it? I don't know if it's a corner or a goal kick, but Arsenal just moving electric in City's half. Mosquera playing the ball to Gahey, playing behind, and that's a corner kick. Also do look more threatening from an attacking point of view with Kai Havertz up front than Victor Gyökeres. Victor Gyökeres might have got the goals, but Havertz in this central role just seems to be more poignant. Arsenal have scored the most goals from corners, 16 this season. That will not surprise anybody if you are not living in Mars and if you follow football. If you follow football, that's not surprising at all. It's Madueke left with the ball into towards the penalty area, trying to get a 17th goal from a corner. Arsenal headed away by City, comes back out to Madueke, left-footed ball by the blue shoes, back to Odegaard now towards Rice, white boots for him, fetches the ball to the left towards Hincapié, back now towards Rice, 30 yards away from the penalty area, left off the D. Saliba, square ball, looking towards Mosquera, and in fact it was Madueke. He tried to get the ball, but he just couldn't see. Sun was in his eyes, but he kind of he started to go for it, and then he let it be. So 1-1 the score at the moment. With 107 seconds. The flashpoints in this game are edging closer to half time. Saliba, now back to Rodri. Rodri's muscled it away from the Frenchman. Cherki running towards the penalty area now. He's running Cherki with a few step overs. He guides the ball back to Semenyo. It's a fine block from Hincapié. First time they've got him in that position where Semenyo could be so deadly. It's Ryan Cherki again involved. A real wizard of trickery. Step over after step over. you don't see those anymore, do you? You don't really see step overs. He tries to go around Gabriel. Gabriel does really well, in fact, not to dig in and take the Frenchman down. Gabriel does well also, sorry, Cherki does well also by releasing the ball to Semenyo. It's all fun and games doing 100 step overs, but if you ain't got the end product, it means absolute diddy squat. It's down the ball, down the left side to Bernardo Silva. Manchester City 1, Arsenal 1. It's a corner trying to go in and catch the play on the line out. It's cleared away by Arsenal, only as far as Bernardo Silva. Up against Havertz. Back towards Mateus Nunes. Lovely ball. Semenyo's in the penalty area. Semenyo's ball skiddles off Gabriel. It's another corner kick for Manchester City. Late pressure at the end of this first half, 43rd minute. City 1, Arsenal 1. City took the lead via Cherki, and Havertz equalised, punishing Donnarumma for some lax clearance from his own goal line. Bernardo Silva down this left hand side to take it left footed. It'll be an in-swinger, this set play. It'll be a corner. So many blue shirts in that 6-yard box. It's funneled in there. Goes all the way into the goal line, headed away. Referee saw a bit of kerfuff and has awarded a free kick to Arsenal. It was a pinpoint ball. It's interesting. City have seemed to, from that near side for the in-swinger, aim for the goal, for the corner, for not really aim for anybody but try and swerve it in. I don't really see where the foul was made, really. Was it Rodri on Rice? Not much in that, to be honest. Looks like more of Arsenal players colliding rather than City players colliding with an Arsenal player. But nonetheless, the goal kick has been given, or free kick rather. It's been taken, and City have the ball back through Semenyo. Hincapié is now in an attacking position, but Donnarumma has the ball. He's launched it left-footed forward. Looking forward to Haaland. Haaland's header's won, but many red shirts in the centre circle. It's an Arsenal ball for Madueke. He's under pressure. He was clipped by Haaland. Referee says play on. Gabriel, here's Hincapié. Mateus Nunes winning the ball. Is that going to be an Arsenal ball or a City ball? It's going to be an Arsenal ball. The Portuguese players unhappy. Pep Guardiola's bounced around the touchline, not happy either. A little bit of a smirk from Mikel Arteta. Saliba going forward. He's up in a bit of trouble, a few blue shirts, but Rice there to help. Rice down onto Mascara. Took a chance there, Saliba, and he thankfully came out of that from an Arsenal perspective. Here's Rice again, back to Raya. Here's to Gabriel. City not pressing Arsenal, so they're able to get out quite easily. Eza on the ball, red boots tonight. It's out back of Havertz. Havertz has the ball and he's clipped by Rodri. Referee has played on. It's with Havertz. By Havertz now back towards Gabriel. 1-1 the score. Just gone into the 45th minute. And we've got 1 minute added on at the end of this half. Doku. Oh, he's lost it in the centre circle to Madueke. Madueke venturing forward. He's gone past O'Reilly. He's in the penalty area. O'Reilly's recovered well. He's even put the ball past Odegaard's legs. Here is Doku now. Jeremy Doku. He's been tripped by Odegaard. So clumsy from the captain. Miles didn't need to do that. He's not really going anywhere. And I think that just might be it for the first half. And on an even half. Villa 4, Sunderland 3, Everton 1, Liverpool 2, Forest 4, Burnley 1. These are the full-time scores from the early kickoffs today in the Premier League. Here's Rodri, and that is the half-time whistle from the Etihad. Well, Cherki got things going in the 16th minute with a wonderful solo goal. Free trickery in the penalty box, dancing his way through, tucked it in superbly into the bottom corner. Then 107 seconds later, it was Kai Havertz that levelled for Arsenal in remarkable circumstances. The ball was on the goal line by Donnarumma. He tried to boot it forward, and Havertz stuck his left leg out, and it ricocheted and diverted into the net. So Arsenal, they were to take this at the start of the game. They'll take this at half-time. Pressure still on Manchester City. The onus still on the hosts. Cherki with the open up. Havertz with the level up. At half-time, it's Manchester City 1, Welcome back to Flash Score for this all-important Premier League game between the Premier League leaders Arsenal and Manchester City. City at home, Arsenal away. City 1, Arsenal 1 is the score at the start of the second half. Cherky with the opener in this game. Kai Havertz with the leveller. Let's go around down the two teams at the start of the second half. Arsenal have made one change. Arsenal bringing on Martelli for Madueke. Going to start with the home team. Donnarumma, O'Reilly, Guéhi, Kuzanov, Nunes, Rodri, Silva, Doku, Cherky, Semenyo and Haaland. They start 11 for Manchester City, starting the same in the second period. For Arsenal, Raya in goal. Mosquera is the only player on the field that's been booked. He's on yellow card. Saliba, Gabriel and Hincapié at the back four. Odegaard, Zubamendi and Rice, the midfield three. Martinelli's joined the attack with Havertz and Eza on the left-hand side. So City's shooting from right to left. As it stands, it will stay the same, 6 points the gap. With Arsenal, with City having the game in hand, it means that Arsenal would probably have to drop points in 2 games if it stays the same. It's advantage. They would have that advantage after this game. But it's a long way to go. Long way to go. Mateus doing Nico O'Reilly. Now towards Guéhi. Guéhi back towards Donnarumma. Donnarumma lays the ball forward. Now looking towards Doku. Doku gives it towards Mosquera. So throw in for Arsenal. So Mosquera takes it down this near side, looking long towards Martinelli. Martinelli got a goal past Manchester City early in the season. He's given the ball away to Haaland. Haaland now on to Cherky. Cherky venturing forward, gives the ball to Semenyo. Semenyo, can he find Haaland in the bottom corner? It's blocked well by Gabriel. Just when he gets into these moments, Semenyo is so deadly, and they're starting to find them. Saw that in the last 10 minutes in the first half, and in the opening minutes of the second, we're seeing Semenyo venturing in the half space, in behind the Arsenal defence, inside the penalty area. Corner to Manchester City. A lot of those corners in the first half for Man City were in-swingers, trying to put a lot of pressure on David Raya and trying to kind of force the ball in rather than looking for blue shirts in the 6-yard box or the middle. So it's whipped in, left-footed by Bernardo Silva with depth. Same again, crawled away by Raya. It comes back to Kuzanov, the shot's blocked. Haaland's there! And it's a save, or has it just missed the target completely? He has. Just waiting for the net. I mean, the net did bulge. It was the side netted. He had me fooled. He had some of the Etihad fooled also. Kuzanov's shot was blocked by Mosquera, hit the post, and bounced back out. Really good corners from Manchester City, putting pressure on David Raya. He got a hand to it. Just flicked it away. Now it's with Doku. Doku trying to go around Mosquera. It's intercepted. O'Reilly takes the throw in. The referee's not happy with something to do with Mosquera and Doku. Well, Mosquera's got to keep his discipline because, of course, he's got the yellow card. Doku knows that the Belgian international, and he'll play on that. And the ball goes towards Doku and Mosquera for this battle. Stays fair, it stays with Doku. Now Rodri, back to Doku. Down this left side, near side, inside Manchester City's half. Back to Guéhi now. Guéhi moving forward. Inside the centre circle. Take the ball back to Bernardo Silva. Silva outside the boot. Looking to the far side to Mateus Nunes. Nunes now back to Semenyo. So good work there by Eza. Eza lays it towards Gabriel. Gabriel pushing the ball forward by left. It's clicked away by Bernardo Silva. Eza. And it's gathered by David Raya, who launches it right-footed, long, looking towards Havertz. Havertz doesn't get there, but it does stay with Arsenal inside City's half. Bareza has a bit of space now. Plays the ball forward. It's simple though for Arsenal for Manchester City to cut out the Arsenal ball. Rodri now has it. Back to the Bernardo Silva. Silva in the centre circle. Just keeping his eye on the ball. Back to O'Reilly. O'Reilly now looking towards Gahey. Gahey. Now to Rodri. Goes long now, looking towards Semenyo. It's a good ball. Semenyo's in here. The heavy touch. And even Raya slipped and had time to pick himself up to gather the ball. That's how heavy the touch was from the guard there. But it was a wonderful ball from Rodri, releasing the guy in behind the fullback in Nkapie. And I think that's clear instructions. If you're watching the game from where we are and you're listening and watching, you can see that Nkapie's got to beat the Semenyo in one-on-one. You need to get the ball behind the Ecuadorian and make sure that Semenyo goes beyond him and get in behind to get his joy. And I think Guardiola said that at half-time. We've seen that several times already in this second half, the first 5 minutes of being direct. The ball's on that right side, but it's Cherki down this time. He's up against Nkapie. He fancies it right. He goes past Nkapie. Cherki trying to set it up to Doku. That was intercepted well by Arsenal. Havertz to Nkapie. Pereza finds a bit of room now here to Doku. Doku's going to go alone. Shoots! Good save by Riot. Had a bit of space to give the ball to Erling Haaland. Elected to just go for goal. It was straight at the Spaniard in the Arsenal goal. It was Pereza who gave the ball away. You can understand why Doku went to goal. Though Haaland was to his left of him, there's still a few Arsenal players who could have intercepted the ball, made the angle difficult for Haaland. Haaland not really had the clear-cut opportunity. I mean, he'd still put that one from the corner moment to go as a half chance. Live audio commentary from Flash Score here. Manchester City 1, Arsenal 1 for the top of the table clash. It's first against second from the Etihad. Premier League as Arsenal travelling to Manchester to get a step closer to their first league title in 22 years. Havertz picks it up in the centre circle for Arsenal. Then he ventures to the right side to keep it to Mosquera. Mosquera takes a few touches left-footed, goes long. And it's able to just guide its way towards Donnarumma. Donnarumma. That's the ball now to the near side, looking towards Gahey. Gahey. Now towards Nico O'Reilly. O'Reilly intercepted. And it's a challenge that's coming. Bernardo Silva will take the free kick quickly. He does. Gives it to towards his centre back. He gives his midfield partner in Rodri, who are both of them with a centre back position. Havertz fed the ball forward. Kuzanov's come in with strength just to push Havertz down. Havertz feels like he should have got a free kick. It's always funny when players, they get a decision from the referee, but they don't look at the fourth official to see if they can get any help from VAR. I mean, Havertz is clean through, and Kuzanov. It's one of those ones where if he does call the foul, he sends him off. You're not complaining. Doku plays the ball into the middle with his right foot, which is intercepted. VAR has waved that away. There will be no reprieve for Arsenal. And Kai Havertz is Cherki has the ball. Ryan Cherki, 30 yards away from the penalty area, left to the D. Rodri right for the ball, looking long to Semenyo. Semenyo's first touch is heavy, doesn't keep it in. Semenyo. It stays Man City 1, Arsenal 1. And the ball initially was given away by City, a bit of moment control. And Havertz move. Rodri towards Zubimendi. Cherki, lovely ball down the right. Leads it towards Dikaray. Second half statistics, no shots on goal on target, all opposite touches from Arsenal, 70% possession for Manchester City. And they're on the attack here, the home team, with Doku. No ball into the middle to Nico O'Reilly. It's good work from Zubimendi. Plays now to Odegaard. Odegaard looking towards Havertz. They're just not connecting. Arsenal and City have been really strong in the second half in recent weeks. Had a sluggish first half at the bridge last weekend against Chelsea. They found their groove to beat Chelsea convincingly in the Premier League. Scored 2 at Wembley against Arsenal after, once again, not the most convincing first half. So they do know how to find goals and dominance in games in the second period. 55 gone, Arsenal doing their best to hold Manchester City. They're holding them. It's Nico O'Reilly with the ball. Martinelli's on that, and he's gone for a goal kick from the Brazilian. It was a good battle, good tussle between the two. One that was comfortable though for the City man. Silva now towards Rodri. Just skeets the ball towards O'Reilly. O'Reilly going into the middle. Good interception from Eza. Now back towards Raya. Raya on to Saliba. Submany down the near side towards Mosquera. Mosquera's ball's good towards Havertz. No, the referee's actually seen the infringement. It's offside. Silva throwing the ball now to Rodri in the centre circle. Rodri now on towards Doku. The ball to the far side. A bit of room now for Semenyo. Back towards Bernardo Silva. Semenyo up against Hincapié. Semenyo going towards the penalty area. Finds Bernardo Silva trying to tee this back up to the guy there. Good defender from Arsenal. Arsenal being very deep in the second half. Just getting closer and closer. Here is Silva. I don't know if City getting closer and closer, but Arsenal get closer to their goal as a unit, as a team. It's Matheus Nunes. Ball comes in. Hincapié comes off the Ecuador. It'll be a corner. City 1, Arsenal 1. Ball's taken short. Again, T. Taylor's just not happy with that, so he wants it to be retaken. Bernardo Silva with the corner. So left footed, another high one in towards the penalty area. And this time it's hit with too much power from Bernardo Silva, and it's just gone out of play. Any changes possibly that Man City can make in this period? We've seen Arsenal decide to take on Martinelli and take off Madueke. There's Savinho, there's Reinders, Mamouche, the forgotten man in Phil Foden, Savinho. Options on the bench for Pep Guardiola. We're a couple of minutes away from the hour mark. It's still 1-1 and still the same 11 that started against Chelsea and started this game that are playing for Manchester City. Nunes for City inside the centre circle. Where's the ball now to Guehi? Good challenge from Martinelli. He's opened up. If Rice can slip the ball to the left-hand side, he can. Eza plays to the right. Martin Odegaard in the penalty area. Teases up. Chance for Havertz. Good save from Donnarumma. He'll come back out, though, and cleared away by Nico O'Reilly. And Arsenal nearly poked themselves in front. What a moment that was. And what a save. He may have been at fault. Well, he was at fault for Arsenal's goal. Donnarumma, he's made up to at least keep it. Manchester City 1, Arsenal 1. It was really good work from Rice, broke the ball up well. Rice fed it to Eza. Eza now to Odegaard. Odegaard's weighted ball to Havertz. You're being highly critical. Havertz got to score. Donnarumma making himself big. Came back to Martinelli. And he didn't find enough venom and purpose to slam that home. Nico O'Reilly clearing the way. And now it's opening up. Here's Doku. Find a bit of room to Rodri. Rodri back to Doku. Arsenal shirts venturing back, plays it towards Semenyo, who goes down. Is he looking for something? He's looking for a penalty, and Capier's not happy with Semenyo. Felt like he was cheating. 60 gone. Now we're starting to come to the boil. Mosquera, a bit of space now for Arsenal down the right hand side, venturing forward. Gay's been booked. The 6th of the season, that's just been confirmed. It's now with Erdegaard. Back to Eza. Eza edge of the penalty area, goes for goal! Oh, he's hit the post! Nearly finding the bottom corner there, Bereza. It's come out there for Martinelli. Mosquera, just out of nothing, Arsenal sparked into life. 1-1 still, the score remains. Erdegaard. Inside the penalty area. Throws the ball back towards Gabriel, hooking this towards the left side. It's a teaser one, and Capio won't give this up, but he hasn't. He's kept it alive. Kuzanov will come though and clean it away, kick it up the field. Get it away from Saliba. Touch there by Havertz. Bereza. Good challenge there by Nunez. Referee says play on. And now the centre circle comes Bernardo Silva. Also, of course, are in a European Cup semi-final, Champions League, Atletico Madrid qualifying. First time in their history, back-to-back Champions League semi-finals. Went out to Pierre and Saint-Germain last campaign, hoping to be better this year against Atletico Madrid. You can listen to audio commentary of that. Week commencing April 27th. Ball's now floated to the left side towards Doku. Doku up against Mosquera. Doku twisting and turning up against Mosquera. Let's play back to Gabriel. That's nearly there. Back with Cherki. Now back to Rodri. What a two moments there off the post and from Eze's shot. And then the save from Donnarumma. Okay, now back to Rodri. Rodri. Yeah, spreads the ball all the way to the left side to Cherki. 63 minutes gone. Cherki. Into middle to Bernardo Silva. Semenyo. It's up against Capier. He does find the ball to the far post. Haaland's either stiff. He's found the header. Nico Riley was in there in that position where he's found himself in the 6-yard box in recent weeks. There's so many bodies in the penalty area for Arsenal to smother it away. In the centre cell. Good game this. Really good game. Really good game. We see time and time again when the two heavyweights in the Premier League in recent years clash. It's been a goal affair, but both know there's so much on the line. As we head into the final weeks of the Premier League season, this is a pivotal day, pivotal game in the Premier League. There is space here for Man City. Nunez into Haaland, the penalty. Saliba's gone tight. It comes out to Cherki. The shot comes in. Is that going to be deflected? It will be a goal kick. It was Silva and he pulled the trigger. And it wasn't able to be taken behind via a red shirt. Odegaard to Azar and the D. Just turned and swiveled. Just hit the post. He felt that maybe darted in. You have to wonder what's happened to Erling Haaland. We know he's a player that's not had or is needed to have loads of touches in a game, but even when he is in the areas and the spots that has found him so much joy since joining Manchester City, his whole career, to be honest, from Dortmund to over Salzburg and for his national team in Norway, it just looks off it. Erling Haaland, Nunez, he's stumbled on the ball. It's fortunate for him, it will be a throw. Okay, he was booked for that foul on Rice when Rice played the ball forward. Balls to Donnarumma now. Micro kick, he's thrown it towards Nico Riley. So much space for Nico Riley. Mosquera's tracking back. It's now with Doku. Doku throwing the ball towards the penalty area. It's Nico Riley teeing this up to the middle. Haaland's there! Come off the man! Come off the hour! Well, well, well. You can't keep a good man down. Erling Haaland slams in City's second, and they retake the lead in this all-important game at the top of the table. Well, what do I know? 30 seconds ago, where's he been? He's arrived in the big games. They find a way to find him in those positions. He was alert there, he was deadly there, and he was clinical. Erling Haaland does what he does best, scoring goals in a blue shirt. It's not been as fruitful or as easy as it's been in his City career in recent weeks and months. But when it really matters, he's been able to find a goal. O'Reilly's ball across, and then it was Haaland with his left foot, that deadly left foot of his, leaning back, hitting the ball into the ground to take it away by Raya. And when Arsenal just started to find their groove, they hit the post. Donnarumma was needed. Donnarumma was needed to make a vital save. City strike back again to poke themselves in front. Manchester City 2, Arsenal 1. Erling Haaland with the goal. Donnarumma, the most relieved man in the Etihad. That mistake can't be looked on too much. Guardiola jumping and leaping. We don't know if it's going to be his final year at Manchester City. There's a big question mark above his future. And if it was to be his last year, the domestic treble is, of course, still on the cards for them. It's Haaland batting now with Gabriel. This is a battle of the ages, and Haaland's winning at the moment. Gabriel's mustered in with Haaland. Referee is not good for. I mean, Erling Haaland's shirt is messed up, and Nkapia is having a battle with Haaland. I mean, Haaland's shirt's been ripped, and it's all kicking off a little bit. Rodri's had a little bit of a hoo-ha. Yeah, Anthony Taylor's just calmed things down. Bernardo Silva's trying to say we don't need to be in this. Nkapia is the one that is trying to diffuse the situation. Nkapia and Haaland have been going at it for years, haven't they? It's been a really good battle. But City, well, he's going to take his top off. So it's going to be it's the underarm of his top which has been pulled, not his actual shirt, which is blue, funny enough. So Haaland's showing us his physique, the whole world. And he's thrown it to the crowd. That's going to be sold somewhere on wherever you can sell your merchandise. See, there's a City fan running to get that shirt. And I don't know if he's been told to get a new shirt. But also got to keep their composure in this one now. Have to keep their composure. Gabriel all over Manchester City's number 9. 23 minutes to go. So Haaland with the new shirt. Ball's floated in. It's now back with Rodri. Will go for goal, deflected over the bar. It's going to be a corner kick. Now these are testing times for Arsenal. Arteta in conversation with his team and go behind. It's been 22 years since Arsenal lifted the trophy. The Invincibles, the great Thierry Henry, Patrick Vieira, Arsene Wenger's third Premier League title in charge of Arsenal. They've won the league 13 times. City have won it 10, creeping up. The winner of this year's title will come between these two. For such a long time it's felt like it's Arsenal's season. Cherki fires the ball to the far side. Gay does a great connection with Saliba. No, Saliba. It will be a corner kick. Mosquera is pleading for something. So 20 to go. Manchester City 2, Arsenal 1. Corner coming from the far side from Cherki. It's another in-swinger in. It's fixed onto the far side. It's Docu's shot's poor. Has to be better. It's all alone in the penalty area. Got to have a bit more composure. He's smiling, but you know, City have Arsenal on the ropes, so no surprise that the changes are now coming on. And coming in through Ben White and Leandro Trossard to come and impact the game for Arsenal. And as it stands, the gap will be 3 points. If City beat Arsenal, sorry, if City win this game and beat Burnley on Wednesday night, they'll go top on goal difference. Burnley, who led at the City ground on the weekend, earlier today, were beaten 4-1. And Morgan Gibbs White hat-trick in there as well. They'll be relegated. They lose that game. Wolves and Burnley seem gone, have been gone for quite a while in the division. It's between Forest, West Ham and Spurs for the final position now that Leeds have beaten Wolves and Manchester United within the next 7 days. Gahey with the ball. We turn our attentions back to the top of the table. Clash here live on Flash Score. You can listen to audio commentary tomorrow of Crystal Palace against West Ham. And you can listen to the Premier League games that are taking place this week due to the FA Cup semi-finals. A lot of games being brought forward, including Bournemouth against Leeds, Chelsea taking on Brighton, and Manchester City against Burnley. Gabriel. And he's moving the ball forward. Gabriel is going down the left towards Hincapié. Hincapié. And Bernardo Silva's brought down. So Arteta's in conversation with Leandro Trossard and Ben White. These are important times now for Arsenal. They'll lose control of the title race from their hands perspective. But we're going to find out about their character. It's been spoken about a lot across the season. Arsenal's character. They've got the nerve, they've got the mentality, and they've got the bottle. This is the time to stand up. So a free kick for Arsenal. Martin Odegaard, their captain, to take it. It's going to be left-footed. He floats into the penalty area. Look at the far post. Gabriel's up. Comes off the post. Saved by Donnarumma. Denying Havertz again. Gabriel with a powerful header. Did it flick off Nico O'Reilly? It may have got a deflection on its way through to the goal. It did hit the midriff of O'Reilly. Almost a reply again from the Gunners. And Donnarumma just finding a way to block it away. Well, Gabriel was talking about maybe a penalty to the referee. It's just hit the side of Nico O'Reilly's stomach. City 2, Arsenal 1. So Rice to launch this in. Thrown in, played away. Now by Doku. Keep back to towards Saliba. And now the time for changes. So Perez is going to come off, and onto the field comes Trossard. And Mosquera is going to come off for Ben White. Mosquera's on a yellow card, so no surprise there. Ben White has been featuring in cup games and Champions League games these last couple of weeks for Arsenal. Nez has had a really good game and was unfortunate not to find the goal. But Ben White's on, and so is Leandro Trossard. Still no changes yet from Arsenal. Saliba on field towards Zubimandi. Gabriel. Oh, it's gone long. Now looking towards Havertz. Gahey. Now towards Havertz. Jinfor goes back to Trossard. Trossard now throws the ball towards the centre circle. Here's Saliba. The room now for Matchday down the right. White venturing forward. White. Can he find the ball? And he can to the middle, but Donnarumma can read that well and he can gather it. It's comfortable for the City man. Already a good impact though from Ben White, being positive down the right hand side. O'Reilly over the halfway line out to Doku. Doku to Cherki inside Arsenal's half. We're in the 75th minute. City took the lead in the 16th minute via Cherki. 107 seconds later, Havertz was able to block the ball on the goal line from Donnarumma's clearance to equalise for Arsenal 1-1 at half time, and then Erling Haaland for his 22nd goal of the season in the Premier League. Maybe it's 23rd. Let me just check that for you. Has given the advantage. Well, he's always going to have a big say, wasn't it? Although he's been suffering and has been a step behind, he has got his 23rd of the season. Nico Riley. Now to Gehi. Bernardo Silva. Silva in towards Gehi. Gehi now into Bernardo Silva. Thrown over out to Doku. Doku now to Nico Riley. Gehi on towards Nico Riley again. To Doku. Doku trying to go past White. Just pulled it out. So I want to take this, throwing down this near side. Time ticking for Arsenal. Need to get his ball up the field and try and build some momentum. I'm surprised maybe Dalman's not being introduced. Who'd you put on? Maybe Yokeresh as well. You know, those substitutions weren't exactly positive. We're bringing the right back on. You know, had great opportunities. Nico Riley's back on the ball now with Zubimendi. Doku's there as well, and it's going to be a corner. It's going to be a corner kick for Manchester City. So, ball funneled in from a corner for City, cleared away by Arsenal. Now back to Kuzanov. Oh, Bernardo Silva's coming. Rescued Manchester City there in a vulnerable position from a breakaway. A last ditch tackle away from Kai Havertz. Bernardo Silva is not the tallest man, and he just came back to recover and take it away. I think Havertz had a really good game up top. Got a goal, bit of pressure, bit of utility, bit of perseverance, but also his touch has been quite neat. Very difficult for Kuzanov and Margay to manage. That's been really positive, I feel. So Donnarumma to take this free kick for City outside his own penalty area. Right footed towards Haaland. Back now with Ødegaard. There's a bit of room now for Havertz. Saliba. He floats the ball towards Rice. Midfield down to Ødegaard, lovely room. Oh, there's confusion between Trossard and Nkapie. And the offside flag's gone up. But the ball, it was a straight ball through. You've got Havertz on the right, and you've got Nkapie on the left. And it met nobody. They both made separate runs. They both moved away from the ball. Victor Gyökeres is about to be stripped and get ready. What a moment and a time for this expensive summer signing. He's got goals, undoubtedly. Performances have definitely been questioned by Arsenal fans and sections of the media. But he has been able to score loads of goals for Arsenal 17. Some worried-looking Arsenal supporters have made that trip to the Etihad. They're losing. But won this since 2015. Here's Cherki in the league, Arsenal. Cherki up against Nkapie. Fixed on, we tried to win a corner, but it's just out of play. It'd be a throw-in. So we're in the 80th minute now. City 2, Arsenal 1. Nunes. Where's the ball back to Semenyo? Here's Rice. Need the ball back to Nkapie. Nkapie touch a bit heavy. Over the far side. So Nunes with the throw it. Throw it on to now towards Haaland. Haaland. Played away by Nkapie. So back with Ødegaard. Ødegaard towards Rodri. Rodri. To Nico O'Reilly. O'Reilly. Now back to Doku. Doku. Doku now throws towards the byline. Looks away to Ødegaard. White. Now back to Gehi. Gehi infield towards Doku. Here's O'Reilly. Hustling with Saliba down the near side. Here's Doku. Cherky. Is that right towards Kuzanov? Kuzanov now. And he's all the way back to his goalkeeper in Donnarumma. He's kept hold of it. Nicolai's ball's intercepted by Trossard. Most touches in half has come from Bernardo Silva, 36. Bernardo Silva and Gabriel puts pressure on Haaland. Haaland's pushed Gabriel and they're now gone head to head together. And Gabriel's moved his head there and Rodri's gone in and then Saliba's gone in and it's all kicked off between the two sets of players. Discipline off and yellow cards. We're dishing out. Nico O'Reilly's has gone in there as well. And then Nkapie. This game's had bite. Haaland and Gabriel have had bite for years. Years on. Gabriel held his face towards Erling Haaland. There's definitely intent there. And he's going to be booked. Gabriel. Is Haaland going to be booked as well? Looks like they're going to get a yellow card apiece. So silly. Absolute silly. Surprised VAR not have a look at that. He's definitely... He's thrown his head towards Erling Haaland. I mean, if that's not a red card, I don't know what is. It's a coming together, but he's pushed his head towards Haaland. That's got to go to VAR. I mean, I don't want to issue red cards in this game. It's a good spectacle, but you know, we've seen red cards for absolute less in recent weeks. Gabriel's a very, very, very lucky boy. How has he got away with that excessive force? He should be off the pitch. He's completely headbutted Haaland. Haaland's been booked also for his reaction, at least for the initial. But Gabriel is a lucky boy. Well, Cherky's going to come off now. He lit up the Etihad Stadium with a really, really good solo goal. onto the field comes Phil Foden. Gyökeres is on as well for Arsenal. He's coming for Zubimendi. So Arteta clearly going for it, keeping Havertz on, taking a holding midfielder off and bringing on at centre forward in Victor Gyökeres. It's now with Donnarumma into the final 5 now in this all-important Premier League game, where City going to close the gap to the top to 3 points, having played a game less. And they have a game on Wednesday to go level on points of Arsenal and to go ahead on goal difference on Wednesday night to put pressure on Arsenal. But one stage last week could have been 12 clear. Remarkable, really, when you think about the swings and the twists of Premier League title race. And City on the ball. Here's Doku, finds it to the right hand side. A bit of room now for Mateus Nunes. Mateus Nunes towards Semenyo. Semenyo low ball in, looking towards Foden, cut out well by Gabriel. Kuzanov in the centre circle. Bernardo Silva. And Capio. Now on towards Saliba. I mean, City will feel very, very aggrieved if Gabriel scores in this game. He shouldn't be on the field. Decisions should be made like that simply due to, VAR. Simple as that. That's the whole point of VAR. Guardiola's been booked also. Rodri's gone down a bit of pain. Nico Gonzalez is being ready to come onto the field. A bit of concern now for Manchester City and their main man feeling a bit of pain. Savinho has come onto the field for Doku. So Savinho is on for Doku. Jeremy Doku's come off his race to run late on. Well, Bayern have won their 35th Bundesliga, 2 in a row under Vincent Kompany. That's breaking news here on Flash Score. News coming from Germany. They turned it around against Stuttgart. They were trailing that game by a goal to nil, but they've beaten Stuttgart by 4 goals to 1. So Vincent Kompany's team have won the Bundesliga for a second year. They've been excellent. They've only lost once in the Bundesliga, and that is confirmation there. The Premier League, of course, the title race is about to rumble on if this result stays the same. Nico Gonzalez, the Spaniards, on to replace Rodri. I'll flip through to Trossard. Okay. To White. So floated the ball to Havertz. Savinho floated to towards Saliba. Saliba floats the ball out towards Martinelli. Nico O'Reilly. Towards Bernardo Silva, who's battling with Haaland. He's battling with Saliba, I should say. So now back with Zubin. Well, full time's going to be very interesting to see the reaction from the players. Havertz, lots of time. We need 90th minute now of this game. Here's Mateus Nunes pushing the ball down the left side. Back to Gehi. Now to Donnarumma. Long ball towards Semenyo. Trossard's ball's giving it away. So the question on everybody's minds now is how many minutes? We're hearing 7 here on Flash Score. There'll be 7 minutes added on at the end of this blockbuster clash in the top of the Premier League. Saliba. Gabriel. Ward's just told Yetin how many minutes have been added on at the back end of this game. Trossard to Erdegaard looking long to Victor Gyökeres. Icardi's under pressure, does just enough to get it away. Goal kick to Manchester City. And some worried looking Arsenal supporters at the Etihad Stadium. Nothing is lost yet, but the momentum has definitely shifted to the blue side of Manchester, no doubt about that. Arsenal have scored a joint highest goal in 90 minutes this season with Liverpool. Liverpool joining them today, in fact, with Van Dijk's winning the Merseyside derby at Hill Dickinson Stadium. Donnarumma takes the goal kick, fires it forward, looking towards Erdegaard. Gabriel, what a story that would be if Gabriel plods himself in and scores. And this Nkapie, Matheus Nunes went straight down. He feels that should have been a free kick. Anthony Taylor's kind of lost control of the game. And it will be a free kick to City. Gabriel has it in the goal line. Clicked it away, byline I should say rather. Now back with Raya. Arsenal have got 6 minutes now to find a winner. Saliba going forward with the Lycra boots here at the Etihad. Their lead at the top is going to be cut down to 3. And Manchester City are going to have a game in hand on Arsenal. The title race was decided in 2012 via goal difference. It may come to that if everybody wins their games remaining from this point. If Arsenal win all their games and City do, it'll be one on goal difference unless we get a late goal from Mikel Arteta's team. Erdegaard outside the penalty area, looking towards that left side. Erdegaard has the ball. Martin Erdegaard. Now to Saliba. To the right to White. White back to Saliba. Erdegaard screaming for the ball. Martinelli trying to find it through towards White. Didn't go through towards Nico Riley's done well. Arsenal just lacked ideas, and it was just in that moment when Eza hit the post, and it was a really good save from Donnarumma to deny Havertz. Other than that, Arsenal have been flat. Haven't had that va-va-voom that we saw in the first part of the season, even via set plays. But can they find a moment, Arsenal? 4 minutes to go. Here's Erdegaard venturing forward. Good challenge from Bernardo Silva. He's been brilliant in Manchester City skipper. Here's Erdegaard. Far post now. Here is Gabriel. He shouldn't be on the pitch. It's just a moment. We've seen this script before. Wouldn't surprise me if we're rewatching a storyline. He's lurking at the far post. Really good head away from Matheus Nunes, we have to say. You backed Gabriel to plod that forward and plod that goalwards. So swung in by Rice in towards the middle, cleared away by City. Arsenal knocking on the door, it's not done yet. Here's Erdegaard outside the penalty area. He's poked the ball backwards. So Martinelli's got a scamper to keep alive. He's all the way back to Raya now. Donnarumma's urging the City team to move forward. Here's Saliba. Rice to the right. Now looking towards Trossard. 3-way in the middle. Good ball by Trossard. Havertz! Over the bar. Was it a save? That was the moment. Really good ball in from Trossard. Havertz leapt the highest in the penalty area. Arteta and his management team looked to the heavens. I'm not sure Arsenal going to muster up a better opportunity in this game. It was just over. Donnarumma, it grazed the crossbar on its way over to Donnarumma's goal. He leaped and he rose high. Oh, how close was that for a leveller? Centre of the goal as well. If that was just a few inches below, it would have been 2-2. And Arsenal would have got away. Arteta actually went to his knees. The Arsenal manager, with his head on his back of his head. Arsenal supporters even thought it was a goal, jumping in the stands. It just might not be their year. Semenyo's come off now for Ake. Havertz with the chance there to save Arsenal's blushes. It's gone up. There's a battle between the two sides inside Arsenal's half. It's fallen back down towards Saliba. Now back to Trossard. So with Trossard. Right for the ball now to Ødegaard. Well, City came in this game slight favourites due to recent form. What happened in the League Cup final? Arsenal are going to lose back-to-back games for the first time this season. That would be the first time only Manchester United would be the only team in the Premier League not to lose back-to-back games. If it was to stay the same, Rice infield floats the ball towards Havertz. Good ball in, and Nathan Ake has come off the bench, and Havertz couldn't get there, and it's Haaland, the Norwegian, has kicked it out. Oh, we're close. We're really, really close now. All the City players on the bench, they're up on their feet, wanting full time. It has to go up by David Raya. Arsenal are going to fall once again in the big games when it matters to give the ascendancy to Manchester City. It means that it's in both teams' hands. It's City's day at the Etihad. Manchester City beat Arsenal, and it's a familiar name on the score sheet that has secured the points. It's Erling Haaland. The City players trickle on the pitch in celebration. They've celebrated like they've won the league. They believe